welcome to Recall Gaming Exploits, and this is Radeon News, I guess. That's Alice the Madness Returns in the background. Really quite interesting game, bit unique, bit of a puzzle platformer. Yeah, quite enjoying that actually. There might be some gameplay or something that will go up on a Recall Plays or something. I don't know. I might do. I'm quite far in the game now, I think. Well, I'm not sure actually. I don't know how long the game is, but I'm enjoying it. That's the point. It's actually rather interesting. Nice to step away from shooting people and stuff for once. Anyway, so there's a couple of things that I want to talk about today. Not sure which one to do first. Sorry, Hatred. We're going to talk about Hatred first. Now, Hatred is that game where well, it's basically based off mass shootings. A guy who's nameless goes out, face the world, wants to cleanse as much of the populace as possible, and by cleanse he means like brutally murder them. And that's pretty much the game. That's just it. And I think, honestly, I overreacted the first time I saw the trailers, much like a lot of other people. People wanted it banned and stuff. And the fact is, I think it's, in a way, good that it's been released. In the way that the game's boring. So, you know, it's still controversial. I mean, you are shooting unarmed civilians and all that, and that is still true. But the fact is, the game is so, from what I've seen of it anyway, because there's the preview footage up from various different sites, like around over the interwebs. There's a good amount of gameplay out now, and it's just simply go out, shoot people. Here's some points of interest, like a bar, a supermarket, and then once you've done those, you get respawns, like extra lives if you clear out those points of interest, and then you go to the police station, shoot up the police station. That's it. That's your level next. Basically, that's the game, and it just looks about as dull to play as the colour palette they used to create it, which is grayscale. So, like I say, I overreacted. It's just, it's not going to get the same sort of cult status that games like Postal had back in the late 90s. Frankly, it's just not going to get the following because it just looks poor. The thing is, the gameplay looks solid. From what you can see, it looks like a solid game. Apparently it has got a few bugs and that need to be fixed, but apparently the gameplay is pretty solid. It's responsive enough, blah 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 blah. And if it was made as a different game, if they came up with a different premise for the mechanics that they created for this game, then it might have ended up being a good game. Like, I don't know, for instance, like they could have had it licensed as a Rambo game, and deal with the sort of horrors of war. You know, and it might have actually had a message, but this is the thing. There is no message in Hatred. It's just go out, kill people. Guy spouts out some pseudo-philosophy about cleansing the world every now and again and gives some one-liners, like shoots a guy in the head and goes, "Oh, this is your nightmare." It's just like, it basically looks like the guy's had a night out in Essex, had a bit of a bad one, and he now hates the world and took it a little bit too far. I don't know, maybe it just... Only a night out in Essex would actually make someone that psychotic, I think. Speaking of someone who used to work in a nightclub in Essex, there you go, random recoil fact. Anyway, the next subject as well though is FIFA. FIFA fans. Now, no offense, I don't want to generalise, but there are, I mean, you get that sort of, you know, alpha male crowd of people that just play FIFA and maybe Call of Duty or GTA. You know, if not, it's just FIFA racing game. Yeah, like FIFA 4's or Gran Turismo. They're all like, yeah, mate. You get these people, and in England, I don't know about everywhere else. Like I say, I don't want to generalise too much. I mean, I've played FIFA and actually enjoyed it. So, yeah. But there are these alpha male people, and they seem to be quite vocal at the moment in regards to the recent announcement that 12 women's international teams have been added to the main roster of FIFA 16. Now, they haven't sacrificed teams that are already in the game. It's not like they've removed a load of club teams or an entire league or anything like that to have these 12 teams in. They're just new teams that are just put in there to try and attract female gamers that may like football or soccer to play the game. So, I mean, personally, I think oh well, there's no harm in it. If you don't want to use the female teams, you don't play as the female teams. But there's a lot of people online that are going absolutely bananas over it. I don't know why. I don't understand these people. So I'm going to read out some of these reactions from these guys in regards to the women's team in FIFA. These from Twitter. Women's national teams on FIFA 16. What the fuck? Why would I want to play with women? They shouldn't even be playing football. Get gone. Why is women's football on FIFA? You don't see men trying to get their way into Netball 16, do we? Well, I'm pretty sure that there isn't a game called Netball 16. I'm pretty sure there aren't really any games out there right now that focus on netball. But this is just ridiculous. What are these comments about? Here's a good one. Absolutely furious that FIFA has implemented women's leagues before so many of the big names. This is why feminism is destroying our culture. I don't get it. It's like, why would you be so furious? It doesn't make no sense. I mean, FIFA's got such a wide roster anyway, and then it's just like, oh yeah, feminism's destroying our culture just because they have 12 female teams in comparison to the hundreds of teams and thousands of players that they've got on FIFA already. And it's not FIFA implementing it, it's EA for one. They're just in partnership with FIFA. And the fact is that the majority of big names that this guy is talking about are actually, like, they're in the game already. They're in there from the previous 22 years worth of games and roster updates. They're already there. The teams that they got from FIFA 15 are still there. All they do is they just sort of take the roster and the stats and they sort of amend them a bit and go, oh well, Thierry Henry ain't playing for this team anymore, he's playing for that team, and this player ain't playing for this team, he's playing for that team, and Didier Drogba's sort of still at Chelsea, but he's got slightly faster for some reason. They just sort of change things about a bit. It's not like they create every team from scratch every year. Do you know how long that would take to develop? For fuck's sake. And I just don't get why people go mad. I mean, they've got the whole Gamergate and feminist things and the feminazis and stuff going on, but that's a completely separate issue. This is just ridiculous now. Like, what, they're not allowed to have female players, even though FIFA has female teams, and they have a female World Cup that dragged in a lot of viewers last time they had it going. I think it's USA and Japan were having a really big game. I can't really remember, because I personally don't bother watching football anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I don't anymore. But I don't understand what's so bad about there being female teams on there. I'd play as them once in a while. Like, I mean, if I played FIFA, I don't play FIFA anymore, but like, I'd give them a go. It's a change of pace. It's like when you sort of like, oh, I played like 20 games as fucking Chelsea and Barcelona, I might as well play a game of Southend fucking United, because you know what, Southend United plays differently from fucking Chelsea and Barcelona and any other top rate AAA team. Just like, oh yeah, let's play as some of the fucking, you know, barely professional teams. Because they can't shoot from miles away and score. They can't do all the skills. You have to pass the ball more. You have to change your entire style of play. I remember, and this is going on like, you know, years ago now, and the games have got so much better. So, you know, you can imagine that playing as a women's team would change the entire style of play of the game, which would give sort of a more interesting take on the game, because you'd have like at least like all these multiple different styles of play. I don't know. It's just I see it as sort of a good thing, and if you're really adamant that you don't want to play as a female team, for whatever reason that is, it's not saying that, oh yeah, you have to play as a female team, otherwise you're fucking sexist. No. But if you don't want to play as a female team, just don't play as them. They're not sacrificing other teams to put these 12 teams in. They're just added on to the game. They're just additions to the roster. And they're constantly expanding on the roster with every game. So I don't get it. I don't understand at all. There are women out there, shockingly, that play football, right? And there are women out there that also play games. And these women, though the demographic it might be huge, it might be small, but it's still there and they're still demanding it. They still want this addition to the game. Just like women with Call of Duty wanted women in Call of Duty, because there's a lot of female Call of Duty players out there that are actually really good. So this is just sort of the next step. It's not like they've raged out because the single protagonist in the game was a dude and they went, oh, I don't see why a single protagonist has to be a dude. It's this is a game of multiple teams, with multiple people in it, and representing the female gamers and the female football fans is seen as such a invasion on your hobby. I don't understand how this affects these men at all. I don't see how that's a thing. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching Recall Gaming Exploits. Let me know what you think about this, and I'll see you soon. Don't stuff every other channel says you do. Goodbye. This makes no sense to me.